Hi YouTube, I'm MJ. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about Raven 2. Raven 2 is a dark fantasy MMORPG that was Korean developed by Netmarble. This came out, I believe, a year ago, and it got released finally to Western audiences about 2 months ago. And so, yeah, it's been really interesting to kind of go through the process of this game. One of my really great friends, Ziggy, she does all the artwork for all this channel. The profile picture that you see of me, the banners, everything, all that's credited to Ziggy, which we love here. And she's also the guild leader of the guild that I'm in. And so, quick shout out to Ziggy for just even allowing interest and all that stuff to grow into this game. Anyways, with Raven 2, Raven 2 is a very interesting game. There's a lot going on in it because it is an MMORPG. A lot of people could say yes and no, but it is also an AFK farming type of game to where you could just let it just play and everything, and you can just leave it alone. You can it has an offline mode. It has a lot of different features. So what today I'm gonna do is I'm going to go over a lot of different things. I'm going to go over all the classes. I'm going to go over the things that I wish I knew, things that I could have done earlier to help progress, and a lot of different things and aspects in order to help you along the way, in terms of building up stats and all that stuff. So we're going to go step by step, and I'm going to walk everything through and make sure everybody understands what's going on. So that way y'all are caught up to speed, because I feel like there's videos out here for tips and stuff like that, but I feel like there's not enough that's very just it's clear, boom, you understand how everything works in this game. So that's what I'm trying to provide, because I've been playing a lot. I'm level 62, put a lot of time into it already, and I'm having fun with the game. And I'm not going to say oh yeah, the graphics or the combat or anything is fun. It's an AFK mobile / epic video game. But the reason why this game is so fun is playing with friends, doing guild stuff, and doing events with people that can communicate with you and everything like that. That's the reason why it's fun and everything. So all right, the first thing we're going to go through is the classes. So the classes, what works for you and everything. There's a lot of different classes. So there's about 9 classes in Raven 2. There's Berserker, Vanguard, Assassin, Divine Caster, Elementalist, Deathbringer, Night Ranger, Destroyer, and Gunslinger. So a lot have different purposes and different utilities and different play styles and everything. So in your opinion, you need to find what works for you and how you play. So I'm not too well versed in MMORPGs. The first one I officially played was Final Fantasy XIV, and that was back in March this year. So for me, I had never played WoW or just any other mobile MMORPGs. So for me, I kind of trend towards the ranged aspects. So I went with Night Ranger here. And Night Ranger actually has been great to me because it has a lot of single target burst damage, and it does it very quickly. You have a lot of attack speed. You have a lot of range capabilities, and that helps out a lot whenever you're fighting different bosses and stuff, because you get to poke and then go back, poke, go back, build up your cooldown so you can start using your abilities against the bosses more effectively and everything. So that's why I've been preferring that class. There's also, the other top classes, at least in mass opinion, has been maybe either Deathbringer or Berserker. Gunslinger has been the talk of the talk right now, but I heard it's either hit or miss, because there's certain preferences to where it is also a single target damage class, but it's not as effective. Also, the amount of skills that you use in that class is like varying, but also it just eats up a lot of MP that you're going to be using in that class. Whereas Night Ranger on my end, you have a certain amount of skills and everything, and it kind of balances out. So that's why I prefer that class. Either way, just find the right class that works for you. If in a general sense, the beginner friendly ones are like Vanguard and Divine Caster. If you really want to just support your allies, support your guildmates and everything like that. In the middle is like Berserker and Elementalist, because Berserker, you can be a melee DPS, but also kind of, you know, have some core survivability. Elementalist is like a kind of not an all-rounder, but it allows you to do damage while also having some utility to help with yourself. And then the advance, what they say advance, but it's not too advanced or anything like that, is Deathbringer, Assassin, Night Ranger, and Destroyer. Those classes have all their own specific utilities that help you, but you kind of have to like master it a bit. It doesn't take that long. It's just you have to pay attention to it a little bit more than the other classes, because the previous classes, it's not too much that you have to really like, oh, okay, I just have to have this skill on or whatever like that. Anyways, yeah, that's it for classes. Now I'm going to go through the menus and everything here, which, holy UI, this is crazy. So when you press U or whatever on your phone, you're going to go through and you're going to see this huge menu full of all these different things. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through everything all in a row, one at a time. And we're just going to go through step by step, and I'll try to explain as best as I can of everything. So the first thing we're going to do is Holy Garments. Holy Garments is the pretty much main source of where all your stats are going to be building up from. It is technically the part of the gacha system as well as familiars, and I will get to familiars. So Holy Garments, it is basically a skin that you equip that comes with built-in stats. So you get varying stats based on the Holy Garment that you equip. Each Holy Garment comes with different stats and different special equip stats right here. These stats apply to your character when wearing a Holy Garment. If you do not have that Holy Garment equipped, you will not have those stats. So whenever you start this game, there is a tab right here. It is the event tab. So when you go to this tab, you can go and scroll, and there should be a tab that says pre-registration appreciation gift. Whenever you log into the game, you will get this gift automatically. Although, as the day of recording this is December 2nd, people will have until December the 16th, 2 weeks from today, to acquire this gift, because this gives you a free heroic Holy Garment. So you start off with this, the Sailor of the Horizon outfit. And what this does, it already gives you a really good base around your stats. You already get a 68% bonus to your attack speed, 48% skill speed, 16 accuracy, and 17 attack. And then when you have it equipped as well, you get plus 13 damage to normal monsters, and then plus 8 ignore damage reduction. Now, ignore damage reduction, I kept asking, like, what is this? What does that even mean? What does this stat have to do with this? So, if you're curious and you want to figure out what those stats mean, there is a banner in the very, very top left. It shows right where your level is. So, where your level is right there, you click on it and it shows all your stats. Mind you, I'm covering it, so let me turn my cam off just for a second. So it shows all your stats, and it shows attacks, like the attack section, your defense section, support section, a mobile section, status effect, weakening, miscellaneous. So you got a bunch of different stats to go here and everything. Also, you will have effects, and all these effects have different things. Right now, I do have a Cruel Curse. I will get to that to explain how that works. So, I have a mysterious contract, which is a paid feature that I will explain later too. I also have food that you can use. It's an item to help boost your attack, accuracy, defense, and damage reduction. And then since in certain rankings in the server, I am pretty high up there, so you get an actual bonus to accuracy, potion capacity, HP recovery, damage reduction. But as I was saying, when you go to the stats and you're really curious on how everything works, you just click on the stat. And of course, it'll tell you and everything. It'll tell you also where the other stats are building up from. So your character in general will have 14 attack or just a certain amount of attack when you start. Based on the equipment that you have on, it'll also increase and it'll show exactly where it's coming from. So that's a really nice feature, at least if you're curious on what that stat means, what it does, resistances, everything like that. So when you press open all list, it shows you everything, all the stats that are not starred on the smaller stat list. So you're able to see everything and see what's being attributed from what and everything. And so, like I was saying, when you go to the defense stats and you're looking for, let's see, it could be range bash res. So increases the chance of opponents not landing powerful hits with their ranged attacks. So certain things you can look into to see what you want to like focus on, what you want to try to start building towards and everything. And at least that's what Holy Garments set up towards, is just building towards different stats, like play styles, stuff that you want to have equipped for different situations and everything. So at least with this this Holy Garment that I have equipped, Whiteface Agitator, what it does, it gives me damage amplification on attack. And what that does, it just amplifies my basics just to give it a little bit more power by 8%. And then also weapon attack amplification. It's just overall just base damage adding on to all my basics. And I really like that. There's also, you know, with the other Holy Garments, you get the extra damage to normal monsters. The thing is, that's just to normal monsters. That damage does not carry over to a different monster or anything like that. It only applies to normal monsters. So if you're going to be fighting a spirit or a spider or, you know, a bear or whatever, you know, anything that's different from a normal monster, it's not going to apply that extra attack to it. So that's where the drawback is sometimes. So you want to have something that's going to help kind of sustain what you want to try to do in terms of overall damage. Okay, so also with Holy Garments, there is many tiers of it. So you got common, and you got a lot of common, and I'll talk about contract summoning in a bit too here. So you got common, uncommon, rare, heroic, legendary, and mythic. Now these skins are all crazy. So heroic, I've only got 5, and I've been playing for 2 months. So the rate drop on heroics is very low, very, very low. And I will tell you, so just the rate alone on Holy Garments, let's say if I was to go to, where is it? Shop, I think. Yes. And go to summon. And go to a Holy Garment legendary guaranteed summon. So this is a legendary. Saima, the Lying Tongue. So Saima, mind you, okay, this costs premium currency, which is called gems. Gems you need for a lot of different things. You'll need for trading. You'll need for just buying different certain equipment, buying items just to use for another feature that I'm going to explain in a bit, the item collection. So with the rate, I believe on, where is it? Not the awakening skill, but okay. So when you get an actual card, there's certain different summon cards, and summon cards are basically pulls. They're just pulls in order to try to help you get a rate to get a legendary or heroic. But the rate at which it is absurdly low, which it's like that in many other games. But that's just, it comes with the territory when you're doing it free to play. That's just how it is. But also at the same time, I will show you later in the shop that there is a lot of stuff, and they did put a lot of effort in the shop than, people would probably say that, more effort's probably put in here than in the actual game. But I feel like it has a sort of balance to where it's fair and kind of like not. So I'm just being honest here, and a lot of different opinions of like how I've been playing the game and my luck and everything, and certain other people have had better luck, which is fine. But so how the summons work. So you will get like Holy Garment scrolls like this. There's different grades of Holy Garment scrolls. So you will get, this is a kind of tier 2 type, and it says 11 here because that would be 11 pulls. So at this rate, you would get 96% uncommon. So 96% of the time you're going to get an uncommon pull. 3.4% you're going to get a rare pull of a rare Holy Garment. And then heroic, you get a chance of 0.4%, and legendaries is 0.02%. And to get even the better ones, it would be 0.00035%. It is absurdly low, but it is, I think, one in maybe, I have no idea. That's maybe like 1 in something million chances of rolls. So it's there, but it's not completely there, And so if you get too focused on this, trust me, it will come later to where you will actually have the chance to get it, but it does take a lot of work. It just takes time. So that's just with Holy Garments. The same goes with Familiars. Familiars, they work the same way in terms of rate, and same with like Holy Garments and everything like that. You'll just have to roll and pull them. But the good thing is, with what the devs have been doing, at least with Netmarble, they've been having events almost every other week or 2 weeks, and they're pretty much handing a lot of different gear out. They're doing gear drops. They're doing a bunch of different challenges that you could do just to get better gear, better equipment and everything. So when I go to the inventory here, there's a lot. So we got a lot of different things to cover here as well. You got your weapon slots, you got earrings, you got necklaces, belts, bracelets, rings. This is a totem. This is a seal. Then you get these artifacts that you can craft in order to get little stat bonuses like HP or MP or damage reduction, anything like that. And then you'll have your weapon slot, all the armor slots, and everything like that. So we just had an event that was about maybe a week ago, and it was called the Hero Equipment Special Support Mission. So when you do all these different challenges, you're able to get all this equipment out of it and everything. And then once you complete all those challenges, you're able to get a final reward. So I was able to get this full set of armor of heroic gear, which is really hard to get, and then get the final reward, which was an accessory selection chest. And I was able to just pick out a heroic accessory, which is also really hard to get. But I will get to a lot of that stuff later. The other thing is, in these events tab, you have things that you could purchase with the premium currency in order to activate rewards that you can accept over time, like check-ins, or challenges that you could do and just get those rewards down the line once you finish those challenges. So, okay, let's go to the next thing. We got contract summoning. So contract summoning, The way it works, this is basically the reroll mechanic of the game. Contract summoning works with holy garments and familiars, and you have tier 1 through 5. So the way this works is all of tier 1 is common contract summons. So at this rate, of course, you would be rolling either common or an uncommon, holy garment. And the way that works is if you're doing a pull and you get one that you've already had, of course, you're going to get a token here called Shard of the Transcendent. And this is just the common tier. When you get 4, you're able to do a contract summon. And if you get a uncommon, you're able to use, you will get, if you get a reroll of a uncommon holy garment, you can use the uncommon tokens to roll a rare one. And if you already have enough rares to get a rare, it builds up over time to where you can get more and more, and you can get higher tier holy garments over time. So at least with my like experience of how I've been summoning and everything, it builds up over time, and you're able to try to get more heroics over time. So I've already done it 5 times to try to get 5 heroics. I've gotten maybe 1 out of like the 5 times, but every time that you're unsuccessful, at least 15 times, you're guaranteed to get a free summon of heroic grade holy garment. So it's kind of, you know, as you keep doing it, as you get more rolls for free, mind you, it will still build up that number, so that way you can actually do a special summon to get a free one. And then when it gets to the higher grades, like heroic, once you get more heroics and build that up, then it's going to go to the legendary. But this takes a lot of time and a lot of effort, a lot of summoning, I kid you not. Summoning takes a lot of money, but luckily every other day you get a chance to at least summon once or twice. And every week you get a chance to summon 11 times in a selection chest. So in terms of all this, I just wanted to make that clear that these things take time. You will not get great, or you will not get a legendary or a mythic overnight. The best you can get is probably a heroic, which you'll already have at the start of the game. But you can get a different version of a heroic over time that might work better with your playstyle. And that's what you got to look for. Just something that's going to help with certain stats, either if you're min-maxing or something like that, if you really care about it, to be honest. But just, letting that information go for you, so that way you can navigate however you will. So we got that just for holy garments. Same with familiars. It works with familiars, the minions that you have with you on the side right here. I have Kern, and that's my familiar. So let's see. Kern has a lot of great stats. Kern has an 83% XP bonus, 460 HP, max HP potion capacity, which is really huge. He also helped me have +9 damage reduction, 17 defense, 350 HP, also 4% basic attack damage resolution rate, and then resistance rate, and then +8 MP recovery, which is great for skills and everything. Okay, so the next thing, and I'm just kind of gonna breeze by more of these features. So we got Enhance. Enhance, the way that works, you can go through all your equipment and enhance it with these enhancement materials. So you got these all for different specific purposes. So you have the weapon enhancement stones, you have armor enhancement, and you have accessory enhancement. And it highlights all your equipment necessary to upgrade from each stone. So with a weapon, of course, I only have one weapon. So I would only, besides these other 2 that I picked up from drops from enemies, you can upgrade those as well. So I will show you actually how the item collection works in the next tab and upgrade it there. So at least you have this, and then you also have relic enhancement stones. All these orange items, these are relics. So I have all these equipped, and in order to try to maximize it and try to make it a little bit better, you have a lot of relics that are on you in order to try to upgrade these. So the way upgrades work in this is that you also have a rate of success and failure for upgrades in the way enhancement stones work. So let's say if I upgrade this relic right here, Dazzling Sigil of the Protector, it would upgrade to level 4, but it says it can be destroyed or lost. So you have a 37% chance that it will succeed and a 63% chance it will be destroyed. So this is from levels 3 to 4. From, say, if I do this, which is level 0 to 1, it is a safe enhancement. So I can level it up. It is 100% guaranteed it's going to level up. From level 1 to 2, 16%. So you only have a 16% chance. And then the rate of failure goes up and up and up and up. And then once you get to 7, 8, it's 83%. Goes up crazy. So once you get to 11 to 12, it's 91% failure. To get to that, it is really, really hard. I've gotten a weapon up to level 10, and I never thought I would get to that level. But it is really hard because the failure rate is really high. So what I'm going to try to do here is I'm going to try to get this level 3 item to level 5 in order to replace the already equipped Dazzling Sigil that I already have. And at the same time, what I'll do is, well, you know what? Let's try to get this to 5 real quick. And if it doesn't get to 5, I still have enough to try to get one of these others to 5 as well to try to replace it. So let's see. Let's upgrade this to 5. And if it's destroyed, then it's okay, because it'll show something that you will also use for later. So level 4. Okay, it got destroyed, which is fine. And you get that blue flame, which is called Branding Salvage. Branding Salvage, what you're going to do with that is for the feature called Stigma, and I will show you Stigma in a second too. So let's see, we got 8 enhancement stones. I'm going to use this on a bell and see if I can get this to at least level... Let's do level 4, and let's do it for 2 of them. So that way we can at least match it for the same level as these relics. And for the next day, there is a buy period where the shop resets and you're able to purchase new items every day. And for in-game currency, which is just gold. And you are able to get a lot of gold really quick. And it's able, you know, you're not gonna be like on the short of gold or anything like that. You're gonna get a lot of gold really fast, and you're not gonna run out really at all, unless you're just spending it like absurdly on just scrolls or anything like that. So we're gonna try to do an upgrade to level 4 on 2 of these bells and see if we can get that. Okay, 2, 3. Okay, 1 broke and 1 got to 4. So that's the more effective way of trying to upgrade efficiently, is just try to have at least 1 or 2 that you have. And then now, what I could do tomorrow is try to get one of these. Well, actually, I do have 1 more since the other one broke. So, I mean, I could try to upgrade it. I'll go for it, okay? We'll try to see if it gets to 5. Let's see. It broke. Okay, either way, well, I tried. But anyways, that's the enhancement feature of how that works. You have safe leveling. So with everything with relics and accessories, it's all level 1. You can only get it to level 1. If you get it to higher, then there's the failure rate that starts. With armor, it's up to 5 and above. Well, 5 and then above, it'll start having failure rates. With weapons, it's up to 7, so you can enhance those as you know, to that limit and everything. When it comes to relics and runes I think is even further down in the game, which I'm not even touching yet. So that's enhancements. Another huge part of the game, item collection. Item collection is humongous. It is instrumental in building stats for your character. I have already tried to do as much item collection as I could, and this is where really the kind of pay to win element might come in handy here. So a lot of this comes in with actually getting premium currency, and you can eat well. But okay, let me stop right there. Not getting premium currency, but also you can try to farm for this item. So you got different things that you could try to do. So since I picked up a sword earlier, it shows the most recent items that I found, and it'll show the items that go to register basically in a collection. And when you get everything and upgrade it to a certain level, you can register that to the collection, and if you have all items in that set, you will get that stat bonus. So I've done all these different stats and everything, and got all these different if I filter by, there's a huge filter setting. There's a lot of different stats for a lot of different purposes. So you got all attack based, you got all defense based, support, status effect, and weakening. So at least with the stuff that I've already made, I'm going to go to complete and show that, okay, I was focusing on accuracy and a bunch of stuff to help with that, attack as well, HP recovery, and damage to different monsters and stuff like that. And this is so important to focus on, especially in the early game when you can actually just farm for these items and just go around and try to get stuff, because it'll just help in the long run, especially with just building up the stats in order to finish quests that you feel like, man, I'm missing this target, I'm missing too much. You can just start looking for the items that you can at least try to, get it. Like all these items, they don't require you to enhance anything. So that's the best thing to try to look for in the beginning of the game, is like start fighting enemies that will give you these drops. And the good thing is about with every single item in this game, it'll show you more than not where this item will drop as soon as you actually discover that location. So once you discover that location, it'll say, oh, this item actually drops in this location. So let's say, okay, I want to get a Rebel's crossbow, or let's go back to just all and say, okay, well, I found this Oathkeeper's bow. I found this in a level 63 area. And so what was it? Oh, I can't choose it, but basically, let's say, it'll just show this area on your map of like, oh, it's within this vicinity of where you're at. And so when you teleport there on your map and everything, which I will show, I'm in the guild hideout of my own guild, the Velaknights, and everything. I'm here because my character is cruel. I will still get to that later. So let's see here. Hold on. So there's item collection. Then you have your quest log. The quest log is very simple to manage. You have just your main quest. You have a guide. The guide is very long, but it's also worth doing. It's teaching you how to play the game, and just do different things. You'll have enhanced weapon, enhanced armor. You'll just get rewards and a lot of like upgrade materials, a lot of different things, a lot of potions, a lot of different stuff as well as secret request orders, and that also shows up in the quest log. So basically what secret request orders are, it's a simple quest of just it'll just be kill enemies, any enemies. It doesn't have to be in this area or anything like that. It will just be any, and it will just be a certain amount. So a simple secret request order will be about maybe 300 enemies. It usually says maybe 298, 96, something like that. And then once you get the higher rarity versions of those, it'll be a lot more, like 2,900 enemies. And that takes more time. But you will have your main quest and in chapters. And this is the bulk of your XP. This is where you're going to get all your levels and everything. So this is pretty much the like bread and butter of where you're gonna get all XP, all your main rewards out of this. And then the guide is gonna help you get a lot of equipment too. And then as you're making progress in your main story missions, you'll have a lot of side missions open up, and those will give you good stuff as well. So you will get a lot of, like, about maybe 20 in the first area. You will have about 20 in the second, same in the third area, and I'm in the fourth area, so I still got some to do in the fourth area, which I believe I unlocked all of them. So as you're making progress in the story, as soon as you finish, I believe, the first area, you will unlock all the side quests in that first area. So as long as you just keep making progress, you'll be able to unlock those side quests. You can finish those after you already made progress in your story and get the extra bulk of XP on the side. And so I feel like that's the best way to kind of, like, you know, get as much XP as you can besides doing story. As well as the other important thing, Special Core. So Special Core is a quest thing that you could do every day, and it, at least in my time, I'm in Central Standard Time. That is about 2 p.m. every day. So it resets for me at that time, and you're able to do at least 10 quests every day. And what that does, it builds towards your Special Core ranking, which is right here. So you have 3 different tabs here. You have all these different tabs. So you have, of course, this is your menu. You have your inventory. You have skills, which I'll get to that as well. There's a lot of different things to go with skills as well. Then you have the shop. You have the events tab. Then you have this is the event period bonus. It'll show depends on which area that you're in, you'll get this bonus of 3+3 accuracy, +3 damage to normal monsters, +2 normal monster damage reduction. And then you will have the season pass, which also has a lot of different things. You can activate that, but that costs money. So you have certain ones that you can get that will help you in the long run. So we had the gunslinger event that was a while back and everything, and I got all the rewards from this that helped out. The gunslinger event, I have all the points necessary to get this, but I just don't. I think it's costs like, I don't know, $30 or something. Black Friday deal also costs, I think, about 30 something dollars as well, just to get this. Which this is a really great thing for relics, at least if you're trying to go for relics, because you get the special relic summon chest. And what you could do is, when you try to craft a relic or try to just get a relic, you can click on the rate here, and it'll show the percentage of rate for all these different relics to drop. So you got, of course, the regular like 4 relics that you can get, but then also you have higher leveled versions of those relics. And then these other 2 relics that are really, they're low percent drops. But even then, I still haven't got this lantern or this book yet in my inventory for relics. In order to check your relics, you go to your inventory and you have your equipment, and then you have your relics here. So I have all 4, at least 4 out of 6 relics at level 4. And that's already really good. Each relic has different stats. You have attack and weapon attack. And past level 1, you already get a bonus stat, so you get like bash damage, you get basic attack damage amplification, and then you have these things besides weapon enhancement stones or relic enhancement stones, you will have relic mana stones. The mana stones, what they will do, they're just basically enchantment stones, and those are free to use. Like, those won't break your equipment or anything. You can use basically relic enchant or relic mana stones in order to give you a different stat. So it will show the different stats that you can get based on the mana stones that you use. You have different rarities of mana stones. You have just a relic, just a regular one, and a superior one, and that'll just boost up the rate of the stat going into it and everything. So, okay. now that we did the special core stuff too and showing the mana stones, this is this is the whole thing for special core. Special core, you're going to start off from level 1 here. You'll get 1 accuracy from doing special core stuff, and this is from doing special core missions. Also hunting enemies and just farming enemies, you will have this bestiary log. So in Volusia, the first area of the game, you can start farming a lot of enemies, and the more enemies that you kill, the more enemies are going to drop these either crystals or biles of different kinds. Let me see. Let's see. There's spirit crystals. There's Morvikshire human blood. There's a bunch of different. These are beast and enemy materials that you'll pick up. You use that in order to see more info and data about the enemy that you're fighting. So like if we go to Goatkin Raider here, I already analyzed it 3 times over. So you have 3 different versions of what was it? Information that will pop up about the enemy. So what it will do, it'll show in each level, the first level that you do, it'll show what type of enemy it is, that it's a beast type, and identify that for your characters. So that way, if you have a stat that says additional damage to beasts, it will actually apply that bonus because it's identifying that it's that type of monster. Same with the second level, you'll get to max HP and then the level of that enemy and everything, just to show like, okay, this is just all the information about these enemies that I'm fighting. And then as the more stars that you're getting rewards as you're uncovering and analyzing over time, and you'll just get another summon scroll. And once you get literally everything discovered in that area, you will get a field guide chest, which will give you rewards for you will get a medal for bravery, which this is really hard to get either way, but you will get a supreme holy garment scroll. This is, to be honest, this is not that worth it to try to just farm for, I don't know, maybe weeks, especially with these last 3. These last 3 are bosses. You would have to kill these bosses over and over and over again in order to try to just get that hide, which means you'd have to kill this and get the last hit or the most damage to this enemy for it to drop, and do this 10 times in order to fill that. And that just takes a lot of time. So I would say just invest your time more into doing main story quests, doing side quests after that, and then build on your special core, because special core is going to help in the long run. Each tier of special core, you're going to get something good. So you're going to get stat bonuses, you're going to get Terramons. They help you out a lot in the beginning. I implore you, save your Terramons. Terramons are going to be so valuable to you later on in the game, because you're going to be doing different things for different aspects of leveling and re-rolling stats and everything. So in the first 30 tiers, you're going to get all these different stat bonuses. You're going to get different equipment. You're going to get these tokens for building better armor. And then once you get to from tier 30 to 60, you'll get a rare holy garment, which, you already have a heroic, which is fine, but it's just showing like you'll get all these different additional bonuses, defense, secret objective, mission objective reduction. And then let's see here, got defense, you got just a bunch of different, you got attack at 50. And right now where I'm at 64. At 80, I'll get a guaranteed heroic holy garment, and that's at 100%, and it'll be that specific holy garment. Once you get to 110, you will get a guaranteed legendary holy garment, and it's 100% going to be the Raven Chief Commander. Even then, from where I'm at, it will take time, but within maybe, I think, a month or something of just playing, just literally just doing the missions, just doing what I can, doing the missions, I'll get a legendary within months time, and that's just playing the game, just casually, just having fun. You know, as long as you do that, then yeah, you'll get a legendary. You'll get a huge stat boost from that and everything. And you know, the game will be, I wouldn't say easier, but like you'll just have a lot easier time of like either hitting enemies, overall just doing better in boss fights and everything too. So yeah, just like giving a look at how all this works, and there's just a lot to do in here because you got a lot of different stuff that you're going to be going back and forth, back and forth. When you're killing enemies, they're going to drop bestiary materials, and you're going to go through, and it's going to say, oh, you can use that material for any of these enemies that you're going to see in any section where you're going to be fighting at. So in order to feel like you're not confused about, you know, putting whatever monster resources to where, just go to register all. When you go to register all and you have a monster material, you can choose to register the items either in descending order or ascending order. I have it in ascending order, and it's just doing it from like, you know, any order, and it will just finish that one. So it'll just automatically allocate the monster resources to, you know, whatever it's going to be putting it towards, and it'll just, you know, analyze that over time, and you'll still get the reward after, you know, it's hit that first tier, then the second tier, and the third tier. And just so that way, you know, it's not as stressful. It's not, you know, a lot of this stuff is not rocket science, but I'm just wanting to go through and kind of explain everything for y'all. Geography is another thing. So the first area, all you have to do for these, you know, like rewards and everything, it's real simple. You just explore the map. You just run around and explore the map, and you will be able to do that just from doing the quests alone, pretty much. But if you feel like there's like a gap of like something small that you didn't uncover in the map, you just explore it, and then you'll get rewards. You'll get summon cards real quick, and it's just common ones. But even if you get a reroll or anything like that, you can reroll to try to get an uncommon, and then so, like I said earlier. And so at least with the first three areas in the game, I was able to explore all the areas and just get the rewards out of it, and it just helps over time. And then when you're doing side quests, you're going to be doing the codex and everything, and you'll get a lot of rewards just from doing the codex as well. And so that's definitely well worth it, just doing the codex. You will get a good amount of special core experience to level up your special core level just from doing side missions, and it helps so much in the long run. Besides special core, real quick, heaven stones. Heaven stones are real simple. They're just skills, but they're just they're put into stones. So you will have different things to where you can buy skills at the miscellaneous merchant. So the reason why I'm not actually in a town, I'll finally explain, is because I am cruel. What happens when you have the cruel status? When you are in a village or a town or anything like that, there are guards in every town, every sanctuary. If they notice that you are in cruel status, they will attack you. The reason why I am cruel is because there had been a problem as of recent, where in my server there has been an infestation of bots, or just either people making 4 to 5 extra accounts, and then having that just go on auto to do events and rifts and everything like that. Rifts are this. They're just basically big rifts, big field bosses that is server-wide that everybody can do and be a part of and participate. The way that works is that you have different rewards per boss, but also it's just based on damage ranking and final blow. So if you have a lot of like bots that are showing up, you know, and they're already a part of one guild, you know, they could be hogging up a lot of damage if they're just ranking up. And that's not fair to actual players, you know, that, you know, we're just trying to do, you know, just these challenges and just get good rewards and start building and crafting towards things later on. If we get bots that start interfering, you know, it just makes it worse for everybody. So what I did, I saw a bot already trying to participate in the Rift boss, and they had a legendary skin. Do you know how crazy that is? In order to get a legendary, and they're a bot? Like, okay, the people that, play this game, like, you can either play free to play, or you can pay just for, like, a feature, which I do. I just pay for the periodic bonus, which is basically a monthly feature that you can do, and it's just every 28 days. And this is the only thing worth paying for in this game. If you ever spend any money on this game, spend it on the periodic bonus, because it just makes life so much easier in this game. Because all it is just you get an XP rewards bonus, you get shop bonus. So like everything that's in the shop that you could buy with gold. Let's see here. Where is it? Exchange. Where is it? No. Oh, no. It would be in a merchant. So like if I go to a miscellaneous merchant here, anything in the shop, it's 20% off. So like say if I'm trying to buy potions, mind you, really big PSA part of this. Always stock up on your potions. Never go into any other area without your potions stocked. Anything like that. If you're gonna farm for a long time and you feel like if you're within the same level as that, like the enemies that are in there, like you go to an area. Let's see here. Let's actually get out of here. Let's get out of here. I'll show you a couple things. So let's see here. We got, okay, we're in Lindworth. We're in Cinerum. This is one of the first areas this is the fourth main area in the game. So there's actually a guard there. There's a couple guards there. I am in an area to where at least the guards aren't really attacking me yet, which is good. So, okay, you have all these different merchants that you'll find. You have a miscellaneous merchant there. You have the special core herald there. I can't go there yet because there's 2 guards. They will attack me on sight. You have a bestiary merchant as well. So when you actually have enemies that you kill and they drop the monster materials, like spirit crystals or biles or blood, you can actually salvage that. To go to salvage, you can go to your inventory and actually press this hammer icon and go to salvage. So I can just salvage these 2 items and it'll show me the branding essence that I can get from doing that. Restoration Priest. Restoration Priest, what you can do is if you die, you can actually get your XP back that you've lost. And usually every time that you die, it's about 5%. So you can actually get that back, and there's no penalty really or whatsoever. As long as you don't die 5 times within the day, within 24 hours, and you don't die 5 times, then you would have to pay actual premium currency or use these scrolls to regenerate your XP back. So yeah, just don't put yourself in positions to where you're gonna die like real easy. So okay, what I was gonna say, now you're gonna actually see the map. So the map in the area, you got the first 4 areas. You got Volusia, the second area is Duran, you got Ramern, and Cinerum. So in Volusia, you got all these different areas around. There's all these different levels, and in each area, it has its own set loot drops. So if I look at Plentiful Plains here, you're gonna have a loot list of, okay, it has a uncommon tier items. You have Adventurer's Crossbow, Spectre's Helmet, Spirit Medium Shoes, Golden Fruit, and then you have the actual monster materials and everything. So you have the Beast Bile, Undead Remains, you have the Human Blood. And the good thing about this, if you're trying to find this crossbow, you press the magnifying glass on. It shows exactly which enemy drops which item. And if you press the actual location of this, it shows within the whole vicinity of where these enemies spawn. And you could just track that target. It'll show how much it is to teleport, which I have 42 million. You're not going to run out of money in this game. You could just teleport pretty much anywhere. And I would just say teleport all the time. The other thing too is this is the location of the first rift of the game. So like whenever you're gonna do a rift or anything like that, you can not really teleport there unless you have a scroll, but these scrolls are paid for. Oh, thank God. Okay. I was just checking to see if I wasn't getting attacked. But anyways, when we go back to Volusia and go to the north part of this map, in order to get to that rift location, you have to go to Kavon Village West. That is the closest location in order to get to that rift. And then you could track it, and it will automatically move your character there. Until you actually go to the shop here, and then, let's see, exchange, and use, where is it, gems to get these blessed scroll of passage, or where is it at, or where is it, it would be in another section. I think it would be in product, maybe. Either way, it would cost gems to get those scrolls, and what those scrolls do, it's basically just a TP to teleport right on that mark, like right on the boss. But another way of doing it is another tip, is you can actually get to that location. Once you get to that location, you can go to saved locations, and if you are at that one location, you can type in, like, say, okay, Kavon Rift, and then you can go to save location. When you do that, then you can actually use your scroll to teleport right on that exact mark, instead of using the teleport with on that spot. You could just do it with a custom spot in order to just get there, like, you know, in a different manner. So, okay. These are just how the towns work and everything like that. I'm just trying to be careful because I am cruel. So, like, any of these guards could kill me. So if I go to any merchant, they could just be attacking me while I'm just trying to shop or trying to do anything, to be honest. But let's see. We have the skill merchant. Actually, okay, maybe this guard might not attack me. A good thing to do is to always buy these skills, so you can get the skill papers. Okay, good. Okay, the guard didn't see me, so I was able to get that. So you can always buy those materials in order to try to craft different things later. It's going to be over time, though. So you would need to, let's see here. Okay, so I already did Heaven Stones. Well, Heaven Stones, basically, they're skills that you can apply later. So, like, the first thing that you will get is Titan's Heart, and you will get a skill that you can apply to the Heaven Stones, because these aren't skills that you can get from, let's see here. Let's go back to the skill merchant, sorry. So you can get these uncommon skill books when you first start the game. You could just talk to the merchant, and then you can get these skills that, like, apply to your class, and you can at least get 2 or 1, and then you can get a rare one. And I mean, these cost about 6 million, but with the periodic bonus, at least you get a 20% off from gold, and you can get that extra 3 skills or 2 skills pertaining to your class, and that'll help out in the long run, because when you get those skills, it'll just, you know, add up to your repertoire of, like, okay, I have all this stuff that I can add to it. And so when you go to your skills, the important thing to do is know what skills you want to have on and off, because whenever you're going to be fighting or anything like that, let's go to Shaded Trail here, and let's say, okay, I'm going to be starting attacking any of these enemies right here. So let's see, let's go to an area without enemies or just people around. So let's go, like, right here, and you have different ways of attacking. So, like, pressing T will, or just clicking on it, will automatically start auto battling. So it'll just start attacking anything within this vicinity that on my mini map here. And what was it? what it'll do is all my skills are just going off based on auto use. In order to turn on auto use, you click on the skill. These are passives, by the way, though. They're not going to be auto use. It's just part of your whole kit and everything. But if you go to actives and you show, okay, it has auto use. In order to just equip it and everything, if you don't have it equipped, you could just press this, or like say, okay, I don't have it. You want to use it. And if you want to turn auto use on and off, you would go to the skills menu. You can drag it down. If you're on mobile, you drag it down with your finger. It's real simple how to do it and everything. And you can do different ways of how to use your MP and in cooldown and how it works, because right now I have a really good MP recovery rate because I've been going to the item collection and building up that stat in order to make sure that my MP doesn't completely go all the way down. Because if you have all your stats pretty much on auto use, okay, I'm lucky because at least I have this skill auto shower. Oh, was it an arrow shower? And that is a Heavenstone skill that I can have active, and it won't. Oh, I have it on periodic use actually. So periodic use, what's good about that is you can have it set to a certain time of when you want it to be used, instead of just auto use with the actual cooldown period. So the cooldown period is actually 22 seconds, but I set it for every 35 seconds. So that way it doesn't use as much MP as it would actually do. That is really smart way of trying to, manage your MP use and manage your recovery, and how to just maximize all your ability usage and how that works, especially with your passives, everything, buffs as well, because you have different buffs that you can use. So I have concentration and Raven's Eye. Concentration will help with just basic attack damage, and then you have Raven's Eye to help with attack speed and just to help with that and everything. So that's Heavenstones. Stigmas is a real easy thing to understand. As you're going through the game and you salvage equipment, or you get different chests that could give you salvage, you will get these things called branding essence. Branding essence comes from a lot of broken down materials or anything like that, and you can use that in order to build up other stats and stat values. And so with you have grit, and that focuses more on basically the attack side of things, and then you have focus that focuses on accuracy and defense. Then you got divinity that focuses on damage to normal monsters, holy water stuff, HP, MP. You got XP reward stuff, and then grace is HP as well. Then you got evades, blocks, recovery, all that. And so you got different stats for different parts of the stigmas. And what you want to put your branding essence to, it pertains to however you want to build your character. And with branding essence, you just want to save up as much as you can in order to try to roll for good stigma brands. So every time you go to, let's say I have 310 branding essence, and then I have the higher tier of branding essence, superior branding essence, you can use that. Let's go to a lower tier and let's try to do at least one roll. So let's try to go get max HP amplification, and let's do spend 15,000. It's nothing, but let's try to get, okay, we got a good roll, and then we got a huge roll. So then it gave me that stat, and I could try to at least get one more roll or one more huge success. I just got a regular one. So now I'm only at 50 branding essence, and I gotta wait to get 225 in order to try to finish this, or I have to wait another time, because just a regular success rate would be 50 points out of 150. So I have to slowly build that up over time, and that takes a long time unless you're getting equipment and you can actually salvage it. And that's where the periodic bonus comes in handy, because if you have it on, this is the paid feature. If you have it on and you start picking up materials or anything that you don't want, or you kind of feel like you want to just go AFK, you want to leave the game off, you could turn this setting on and you can filter out what you want or what you don't want. So any items that I pick up, any equipment that I pick up that is common or uncommon, I don't want it. I just want rare or heroic. So what it will do is anything that I pick up, it's going to give me branding salvage out of it. Depending on the rarity, it'll give me maybe 3 or 4. So overnight, that will build up, and it could probably go up to like maybe 300 over a night, which is good. And that'll just build up over time, and it helps out in the long run. Same with the miscellaneous items. Miscellaneous, you can actually filter out everything in your inventory, from equipment to miscellany to like branding essence, hunters, trophies, skill books, skill papers, and everything like that. Actual materials too. And so let's see, besides stigmas, we got stellas. Stellas is another thing too as well. Stellas, the way they work is they give you different like effects and passives, to where it says like when you're hit, there's a 3% chance that the status effect resistance will increase by 3% for 5 seconds. It's a bunch of different kind of condition met like stats and everything that will help. So this is like every 15 uses of basic attack will recover HP by 3. And the way Stellas work too, it works in kind of like you can build it up to where you'll get effects based on either the colors and the rarities of the Stellas that you have. So I have an equip effect based on harmony right now. So you could do a bundle of just get Stellas of 3 different colors, and it'll give you more points based on that. And there's also all kinds. So he says, okay, equipped with Stellas of 7 different colors, you'll get 14 amp points. And so, like, we got, let's see, 3-star clusters is the same thing. Like, you'll get more points based on just different equip effects. And then all the applied effects, it just adds up with different roles that you have overall for your stats. This is where it gets really tricky and really like there's a lot to go into Stellas, because you're gonna get these knives called Stella carving knives. And what this will do, this is like the meat and bones of like really trying to like mess around with like different stats and how it works. And this will eat up through a lot of equipment, a lot of these rare items called Terramons. Terramons, you're going to use Terramons for so many things. And this is probably the most like used place for Terramons, because when you're re-rolling stats and everything, you have a certain rate of which stat is going to get rolled. So at least I had attack +5, which is a mythic grade roll for attack. And then you have, of course, the second and third stat. The way that works is like, okay, max HP would be 28%. Then there's a lower rate. And you get accuracy at 1.8%, which that is already low enough. But if I got that to +3, that is a really huge stat. And you got different stats for different reasons. So the way that could work too is if you were to do auto, say if I had a knife, you could do auto change, and you can actually, like, if I had like 100 knives, actually what I could do, I could just show you right now. And besides Stellas, we got the crafting menu. So the crafting menu, there's a lot to this as well. In a nutshell, with crafting, I feel like there's a lot to do, but I feel like you should just save a lot of your crafting material, because there's just so much it takes to craft certain items and weapons and armor and everything. You have different tiers of just the regular items like gems and cloth, leather, iron, timber, And so at least with gems, I have 390. With cloth, I have 804. With leather, I have 860. And with iron, I have 939. That's over like a week or more of literally grinding and saving up all that. And with every enemy too as well, you'll get fragmented crystalline. With fragmented crystalline, you use that for every single second tier material. And so you're gonna need that to make even more. And then once you get to the third tier of that material, you will need crystalline. So it's kind of like a, do I make crystalline now, or do I make the second tier first? And then it would actually get rid of my fragmented crystalline, because it takes 10 just to make one crystalline. And so I can only make at least 164 at the moment. And with let's say with iron, my most valuable resources, I can at least do, it takes 5 each to make one superior. So I can make at least 187, and that'll take up 935 out of it. So at least with that, if I make all that iron, it also takes 5 superior iron and then 5 crystalline to make just 1 supreme iron. So that will just make 8. Just 8 so far because of the crystalline. If that's the case, then it would make, if I had 160 crystalline, it would make me 24. So 24. And then if I go to, let's say, these heroic items, okay, I need 15 supreme iron, 30 supreme leather, 40 terramons, a heroic armor crafting blueprint, and 30 burning eyes of chaos. That already takes so long just for this one piece of armor. That's why I was saying, like, with certain things, I would just save up and just build to what you feel like is necessary. The main things too, you got weapons that you can build towards. You got all this different stuff that you could try to get. All this stuff is probably out of the question for now. Like, you just keep building like towards maybe either accessories. I don't know about heaven stones, but maybe like relics would be good. Then you also have different stuff for terramons. So when you're getting terramons over time in the crafting menu, you can actually use it to get like holy water, enhancer of stigmas, elixirs, the skewers. All this stuff is really good for stat bonuses. I kid you not, like, not only just staying stocked up on your potions, but having the right food, having the right holy water, enhancers, all that stuff on you and active at the same time. So like what I have right now while I'm fighting AFK right now, these enemies, they don't really do that much damage to me, so it's not using my potions really. Like, it's only been using 25 within the past maybe 15 minutes. And then I've just been getting items at the same time. But at the same time too, I have all these items here. I have, let's see here. I have, where is it? Or I have to go to the inventory. But I have Potion of Speed, and that helps build up my attack speed, skill speed, movement speed. Then I have, Potion of Vitality, that helps with MP and HP recovery. Then I have the Stimulant of Extreme Acceleration, that's also for skill speed and movement speed. And then I have the Skewer, and this is the tier 1 Skewer. So I have over 1,000 of this, and what skewers are so important to use and everything. You can put that on, and it already gives you +2 attack, accuracy, defense, and damage reduction. When you have the second tier of that, it doubles that, and it's already really good. And these enhancer of stigmas are really good to use as well. You'll get more XP and fatality rates. Fatalities are just the chance that you will just kill an enemy in just one shot and everything. It's just a chance to try to, elevate that and everything, which helps out in the long run. So I'm gonna, have this active, and In order to put this on auto use, all you have to do is hold either on with your finger or just hold left click, and then you can just set it to auto use. And now I have 20% extra XP bonus and 3% fatality rate. And then I have just the regular holy water on. But if I go to the second tier here, oh my gosh, like the bonus is crazy. You have +2 accuracy and +2 attack on the regular, but on the second tier you have 3 more, and then a +5 fatality rate, and it's 10% what was it, XP bonus, so it's double all of that. And let's put that on auto use. So now the stats went up tremendously and everything. And since I am cruel, my defense went down a lot and everything, by at least maybe 10. So if I check the ongoing effects, the cruel curse gives me -10 defense, -10 PvP accuracy, and -10 PvP damage. So I would be losing a lot of different fights. Also, we have these things, the growth enhancers. You will get a lot of these pretty much in every login reward, and that will help out with XP bonus like everywhere that you go. So always have these on. Know when to use them though sometimes, because don't use them in like a lower level area. That's kind of defeating the purpose. You want to use these in like the highest tier areas, like where you're really maxing out your stats, and not stats but your XP. And that's where I'll get to, besides crafting, the market. The market is really important to try to navigate and not kind of just throw all your chips in. You got to be really smart with how you work the market and everything, and how you purchase what you want to purchase and what you want to sell. So when we get to sell, there's a bunch of different things that we could do here. So you got to check every single item. So like, let's see here. I got timber. I got 4 pieces of timber. And it shows you the current lowest unit price of timber and how much you could sell that for. And same with like all these different materials. So I have all these different weapons, special materials and everything, and I'm selling it for a certain amount. And at least so far, like I've been making actual gems. The other day, I bought these. But with payout, I sold 2 mirrors, and I got 345 gems a pop. And that, I mean 324, sorry. So yeah, you get, I mean, I've made 1,200 gems just selling equipment that I picked up. And it's worth doing that, because you could just get premium currency just by just literally farming. People are going to need it. People are wanting to find that stuff, because the main thing people are doing is going in the item collection, clicking on this, checking the server, checking the price of everything, and they will just be like, okay, I'm going to buy all. Because there's a lot of people that are on here that just try to do the pay to win aspect, and they have, you know, a ton, like maybe 50,000 gems to spend, and they'll just buy that whole collection just like that and get that stat bonus and everything. So luckily for me, since I was, I think, at a high character ranking for my server, which is right here in rankings, I am, what was it? Yeah, rank 33 out of my whole server, which is in Lumen Moors. So I'm at grade 6, and I think what happened was, I think the devs, they rewarded, whenever the gunslinger event just happened, they rewarded based on what rank you were, and gave everybody a certain amount of gems based on that. It was, I don't know if it was either based on like, it was if you were doing free to play or just actually spending money on the game. But yeah, I got 8,000 gems, and that is a lot of money in premium currency, because if you just go to currency in general, 4,000 is $70. So basically the devs gave me what, $140 worth of currency in this game, and I've already made, let's see, 1,200. So I made $22 just selling stuff over time. So you will get premium currency as long as you just look at the market and see how much it is. Try to maybe either undercut. If you can't, then just try to find a different item that you can sell that people are wanting to buy. And if people are not selling that, then go ahead and try to sell that. If you do pick it up, if you do need it for the item collection, keep it. Put it in your item collection. Try to build that stat. You know, that works for you. Besides the market, we have dungeons. Dungeons is very self-explanatory, but it's interesting the way it works. So like if I was to go to, it says either gold or XP. So in these dungeons, it's very easy to understand. If you go to this one, you'll just get a lot of gold out of the rewards. So if I was to go to here, you'll get a massive, like a huge amount of gold. So like, okay, I killed these enemies, I get 102,000 XP, get 276 gold. Let's go to a dungeon right now. Let's go to the highest tier right now, which is tier 6. And I kid you not, the first enemy I kill, watch how much gold that I get. $1,377. That's just on one enemy. And then I'm getting 204,000 XP. Because this is a level 65 area. So these enemies are really tough. And they can really mess me up after a while. So I was just grinding the other area because those enemies really don't do anything to me. And you want to be in an area to where it's not going to drain your potions overnight if you're going to be playing AFK for a long period of time. If you feel like, okay, I'm going to be up, I'll check it every couple minutes or anything like that, then you can actually stay in high level areas like this one, check it back and forth and see if like your potions aren't going to be running out, and just to monitor it, because the best type of loadout, at least to have, is just to have all your basic potions, your food, and then a return scroll here on your hotbar. These return scrolls are so important to have. You will have a return scroll like this. You can buy this at any miscellany merchant that you see in town. The reason why I don't have this equipped is because any town I go to, since I'm under the cruel status, any guard can attack me. And if they kill me, mind you, I forgot to say this, when you're in cruel status, if you've been killing enemies, if you've been, not enemies, but if you've been killing players, which in my case, they're not really players, there were bots that I killed, but they will penalize you big time just for doing that. And you will get a karma score. Karma score works as if you're just being a good player, you know, just killing monsters like what I'm doing right now, you will get a karma score, you know, added up. And as you keep killing monsters, you will be good natured, and you can't be really like, you won't get really penalized if you die or anything like that. But if you end up being cruel, it says right here, you would get equipment loss upon death at cruel tier 6 or higher, which I'm at. And so if I was to die at any point during this, like, or any, like, during farming, or anybody just comes by and just hits me and kills me, I will lose everything in my inventory. And that's a no-go. So right now I've just been trying to grind as much as I can, trying to get this karma score back down from, I was literally at negative 200,000. Now I'm at 106,000, which is good, because now all I need to do is get at least 46,000 points down, and I will be in cruel tier 5. And once I'm there, I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to worry about people trying to kill me or anything like that. I won't get penalized, or I won't lose any of my armor or equipment or weapons or anything if I die. So that's at least what I'm working towards, at least trying to get through and everything. So at least at the moment right now, I'm going to go back to Cinerum, not Archeron, but Cinerum, and we're going to go back to Shaded Trail, and then just keep farming there for now, because that's not going to use any resources or anything like that. And then we'll go to the next talking point here, So with dungeons, you have different rewards for every single thing. So with major loot, you will have just gold bars. With gold bars, you can use that to just sell on the market as well. See, like the unit price is like 2 gems per pop, and yeah, just the more that you get, you could just sell that for premium currency. Same with like the XP dungeon, you can get Terramons out of that, and that's so highly useful. Like whenever you go to an XP dungeon, just try to go in the tier that you're maybe like a couple levels like towards, and just get as much Terramons as you can. Save those, hoard those, and then use it effectively for either your Stella amps and rerolls for your stats, or different things like for crafting and stuff like that. You will also get golden fruits. Golden fruits are good too for the crafting menu. You will be able to make a mystery chest out of it. The mystery chest, what those contain, you can actually just, you can hold, like if you hold press with your finger, or if you hold left click, you can see the rate on all these different items. Besides maybe food. Food will just, it's already a made item and everything. But with the mystery chest, you will get a bunch of different random stuff, random items, and everything's pretty much good to use. There's no like, oh, I don't really need that. You could use it because the item collection is very vast. It's very like, there's so many different things that you can use for it, for different stats, and building up towards that. Also, just save up like your enhancement stones. Don't just use it all on just random equipment that's not going to be built toward a different stat like that you're not going to be using for your class. Say if like you're a physical, you know, class, and you're building like a magic accuracy, it's not going to help if you're, you know, a berserker and you're melee, and you should be focusing like melee accuracy. And with me, I had been focusing ranged accuracy and just accuracy in general, just to help build up that stat, so that way I can just keep hitting and hitting over and over. And so besides that, dungeons have so many different purposes. When you go to the common ones, this is where it changes a lot. So with the ancient temple, you have different things that you can get. You can also get really good loot for like heroic armor and stuff like that, rare armor and everything too here. These fruits and everything, what these do, what they go towards, is like for skills. It's for helping crafting magic ink, and that's used for skills, and that helps out in the long run. Same with crafting blueprints as well, like so you can build up to get heroic armor crafting blueprints in order to just make the heroic armor in general. And then it's for every tier you get different types of loot and different types of armor sets and everything. So at least with tier 6 where I'm at, you can already just get a magic ink in general, which is actually a good drop, because you could buy that off the skill merchant, but to get it off a drop is already really good in general, because you could just be in here for hours and try to do that. And yeah, also like there's some pretty good drops here. If you're like in a gunslinger or a vanguard here, you could just get some good stuff. Let me see. And then like see like shining ancient tablets. So all this stuff, ancient temple, shining ancient tablet, that's where you're gonna get those. If you're curious about where this stuff is going or where it's coming from, it'll say, like when you actually go to the item and it'll say defeated monsters, it will show you multiple different locations of where you can get those. And that's just the best way of trying to locate like different things that you want to do. Same with like deep swamp, you'll have different things. So like what ancient temple will do, it'll focus on skill books and different invitations from the Lost Kingdom. I don't know exactly what it's used for. I think it's just always sold like on the market, and just you could just buy it. So I don't know, I just see a lot of this, but I guess it's, yeah, you could just get it. I have no idea what's the use for it though. But yeah, so like ancient temple, you can get like skill books, and then you can apply that to the item collection as well. When you go to the deep swamp, you get Stella drops, and as you're getting Stella drops, the good thing is with Stellas, doesn't work exactly how like holy garments work, but like what you could do is this feature called synthesis, and you can kind of just pick and choose the certain rarities. Like, so I have a bunch of commons, and you could do this thing called, oh shit, what happened? Okay, so there is a character in the same area called Reaper Oz. They are part of my allied guild, but they are also cruel as generals. So I need to just move out of the way, because if they even touch me, I'm dead. Not exactly dead, but just like I would just need to move to a different area. So just kind of being wary on that, because yeah, if what was it, the other day I was AFK and I at least had it open like this, and I saw somebody was attacking me and I was able to get out. And that's the reason, like, the best way to like get out of a situation is to have a scroll in your hotbar, because in a situation like that where you're gonna have a person that has attacked people, you could just press the scroll and then boom, you're back in the guild hideout. See, it's as simple as that. And then you can go to the miscellany merchant and go through and restock on your potions. You can just buy potions of speed as much as you want, potions of vitality, stimulants of extreme acceleration. Just buy as much as you want. Same with holy waters as well. The food, the skewers, and then see how it says available for purchase at a rapport level or trust higher. Here's the other thing. So you got different tabs of this. So you got miscellany, scrolls so there's a return scroll, teleport scroll, and a guild hideout scroll of passage. That's how to get into your guild hideout. If you have any questions like about how to try to get into your guild hideout, you have to just go here to try to get it. In order to build up rapport, though, you have to go to this rapport section, and all it is every day at about 2 o'clock, whenever special core resets, you can just donate items that you pick up, like cloth, fragmented crystalline, eyes of chaos, loop of perseverance, and just donate that in order to build rapport points. And when you do that, you'll just unlock the next level interest in order to get better items and better potions and stuff like that. So at least when I unlocked this first level, I was able to unlock the large HP potion, which is so essential. This is one of the main things you cannot miss doing since the beginning. If you do this in the beginning, you're gonna have a head start, because you're gonna be able to recover a lot of health really fast, and it just helps so much. And just keep doing that every day and just build towards that, because then you'll get the blessed scroll of passage. You can just build that, you can just buy that, in the miscellany merchant. And so you can use that in order to get to the rift bosses and then field bosses, which I will get to. Let's see, right about almost there. But we got the rift. I've already explained the rift. Abyss, it's about at level 55, and you got different it's just another type of dungeon, but you get different rewards in that area and everything, and there's a bunch of different stuff they can get there. So I'll show you what the Abyss looks like. It's just a bigger area. Oh, you got roaming soldiers too. Those can actually hurt me, but you could talk to the storage keeper. You get a miscellany merchant that allows you to get tickets, I believe. Or is it? No, not here. But the exchange merchant, basically. So you talk to Raz here. You could buy a potion of resistance for the first floor. So let's say I want to buy 10 potions. I want to get a first Abyss invitation. You just buy these tickets, and then you can actually go into the first area, which would be, let's see, altar worship. There's also the other one. Let's see, hold on. Okay. The Wailing Tomb. Wailing Tomb would be the level 55 area. I'll just show you the area just so you that way you understand. There's this big area. And so you got Wailing Tomb, Beast Grounds, Altar of Worship, Sanctuary of Fear, and you have these bosses that are tier 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then another tier 2 and 3 over here. And with the first floor of the Abyss, you just have a bunch of different rewards. You have a bunch of different heroic stuff that you can get out of it. This is for, higher end, like, tier games. Well, not games, but just like higher tier loot and everything of like where you really want to farm your stuff and everything. And it helps out in the long run. Just getting stuff to build towards and everything like that. So what I'll do, I'll just leave right now. I'm just showing y'all the Abyss, how that works. And just trying to let you know, like, you could just coordinate with your team, with your guild, to try to figure out, like, okay, what do we want to try to get? What rewards do we want to build towards and everything, and to try to figure that out. And that's where the actual guild comes into play. So the guild, okay, this is the main bread and butter of everything. So I'm part of the Velaknights. The Velaknights was created by both Veli and Ziggy. And Ziggy, like I said in probably the very beginning of this video, she was the one that was interested in this game in the beginning, and then she brought notice to our whole server on Discord in general. And then we just been playing since, I think it was like October, and we just been literally a full sprint since then, and it's been so much fun being able to do something with just our whole community in general, and just kind of build this camaraderie around in this type of game to where it's fun. I'm not going to be like that person where I'm like, oh yeah, the combat's fun, or the graphics are cool, or whatever. Yeah, like the skins are really nice, just like, everything looks cool like that. But being able to do stuff with your friends and just chill in Discord, play casually, just have fun, that's the bread and butter of this game. That's what makes it fun. And so we have this whole section to where when you join a guild, it shows weekly contributions from everybody that's in the members of the guild. You get allied guilds and stuff like that. So we have 2 allied guilds that we're rocking with and everything. You can also be enemies with other guilds. You can have alliance requests and stuff like that. And so was it also for anybody that's interested in, like, from just seeing this video, like this is one of the main features that in order to just progress, just like in overall, just join a guild, just have fun with people. Like, this is what really makes the game for me, and everything is just trying to help, trying to be active, trying to do a lot of different things in the game, but also just wanting to help everybody else that's playing this, like, that doesn't understand a lot of different things, and to just bridge that gap of knowledge, and just to help with every aspect of this game, because there's so much to it, and I've already put so much time in trying to research and just help people understand it. So we have the guild lobby section, and then there's a guild bonus based on the level. It shows like members will increase over time, and you have different roles for different members as well. You got vice leader, elders, and honorary members. So right now we're at level 10, and we're growing really fast, and it's been awesome. Like, we already did our first tier 1 guild dungeon raid this past Sunday, and we beat it, and we feel really good about that. So then this coming Sunday, we're gonna try to probably do tier 2, and that's even better rewards out of doing that. So we got our whole guild member list and everything. The other thing too about a guild member list is when people do a guild check-in, everybody gets rewards. So the guild gets XP, and you get a coins of glory, which is used for guild skills. So in the beginning, you can choose basically what guild skill you want to increase, and the guild also gives you stat bonuses. So basically what we were doing in the beginning is just donating these coins of glory in order to get these stat boosts, and that just helps out in the long run too, and just working towards that. Then you have the guild craft menu. They have all these different weapons that you could just craft and everything. mind you, this is absurdly like a lot of amount of like items that you need to put just to craft one thing. So it's not really worth it right now to try to do that. Just save like all the epic materials that you find, Terramons that you find too as well, because we tried to get Zig's hexing wand when she was a Deathbringer back then, and then she changed class to a Berserker, so now she has a greatsword. But even then, it's not really worth it yet in order to just get those materials, or just to use it for trying to craft that, because it just takes so much, and it's so much work to just get that one item. But with Guild Dungeons, they reset every Sunday at 2 p.m. Central. And so what we're going to try to do is the second tier, and it already has a much better loot, much better stuff in drops and everything that time around. And after every Guild Dungeon or Field Boss raid, that I'll show you the Field Bosses as well, how that works is you can at least... after the guild beats that boss, and if you get rewards, it'll come out here into the guild distribution in the storage. And so with vice leaders, the actual guild leaders, and then elders, what they can do is they can actually distribute it through people that have participated into those events and those boss fights and everything like that. And so they can kind of divvy out everything to where, you know, this person contributed in this person did a lot of damage. They can give out those items to that specific person. They can either designate it. If you do designate it, it costs gems. But if you just just random distribution to like that person, it like they don't have to pay anything like that. So there is that for the guild. Also, you have the guild hideout, and so yeah, you just have the access to the exclusive merchant for the guild hideout. You have buffs, and I will show you the buffs as well. So let's get out of this town, let's go back into the hideout, and then let's go. So you have food here, so you can get guild buffs from just doing this and everything, and it's so worth it. You're just building accuracy. You just purchase that buff, boom. You only need to purchase it one time. And let's see, the fireplace. You got the bonfire. So you got 2 that you could choose from, basically. You got damage reduction, and then PvP damage reduction. So I'll just do pleasant warmth. Oh, you know what? I'll probably... No, I can do that. That's fine. Let me see. So then you can get those 2, and it just stays onto your effects and everything. I'll just add that, and it helps out overall. It's just little stats that makes a big difference, you know, and everything. So yeah, you have of course the guild merchant. You have the guild dueling arena. That's where you'll be just, you know, you could spar with your guild mates. You can also do guild bosses and everything. Like certain bosses might have a drop rate of they call it just dark crystal ball, and it'll be either low tier field bosses or medium tier field bosses. You can get actual rewards based off that, and it's really good. You can just reap the benefits off of that and everything after doing guild dungeons. So besides the guild, and then you also have guild achievements. So overall, the whole guild can trust, you know, kill enemies, and you get some gold out of that. And then same with Abyss. If you if everybody's doing Abyss and gets Abyss monsters, you can get just a couple materials out of that too. And then also doing the Rift boss 250 times, you get some branding essence overall, and special achievements and stuff. So yeah, let's see. Besides the guild, we have the achievement section. So achievements, easy to get, easy to do. So much. It's just like it's constantly going to be updating. So as long as like basically if you're doing combat, it says just like kill this amount of enemies or kill this thing, and it'll just keep updating over and over and over again. And so let's see here. Besides, achievements is so easy to go through. And then there's rankings, of course. And so right now I'm ranked 33 in the whole server, and that gives me a grade 6 bonus. So the character rankings, I get +3 accuracy, 200 max HP potion capacity, 3 HP recovery, and 1 damage reduction. And Ziggy is right there with me. She's just 1 rank above me, and we get the same bonus. And then once you get to 30, you get to grade 5, and then let's see, at grade 4, I think it's 10. Yeah, grade 4 is 10. Then grade 5 is a 3. No, grade 3. Wait, hold on. Okay, grade 4 is... Okay, grade 5 is at 11. Grade 4 is at 10 to 6, or... No, grade to 4. So 10 to 4. Then 3, 2, and 1. 1 is crazy. So, yeah, you get 5 accuracy, 1200. 8 HP recovery, 5 damage reduction, and then you get that recovery rate. It is ridiculous. But right now, overall, in the guilds, our guild, the Velaknights, we're number 6 in our whole server, which is amazing. We've been growing nonstop, and we're catching up to Iron Dragons. We're doing a lot, and I mean, at one point we're half a guild, and we were like still treading along and everything. And so, yeah, it's been amazing. Technically, we were 5th because, I don't know, this group kind of disbanded and it's just only 1 person in there. So, yeah, what was it? We got that. And then, let's see, in the Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame is just real simple. It's just basically the first person to reach a certain level or reach a certain objective and everything. And so, like, there's the Realm of the Gods one. It's just a mythic grade. Nobody's gotten a mythic grade yet because in order to get mythic, you have to contract summon that, and it is just, you have to do that so many times, and it's just crazy. That's just so much amount of money that has to go through. Combat records is real simple. If you're in a PvP instance or anything like that, if you have an interaction in PvP where you either kill somebody or you've been killed, it shows up in the combat record. So all these people that I took out a while back, these were bots that I took out. And what was it? Yeah, it just shows that they got defeated and everything like that. It's what was it? And you can just like, I guess in PvP you could choose to taunt them, and just it will say like you're trying to get wrecked or something. I'm like, oh my gosh. But that's it for pretty much combat records. Then we have the boss schedule, and the way the boss schedule works, okay, so there's specific times between periods of when bosses show up. So with field bosses, tier 1s, you have, at least with this, is it'll have one red dot, which that's all tier 1 bosses. And then you'll have tier 2, and then tier 3, and then 4 and above. And so at least there's different times. You see, like for tier 2s, it's showing up in 5 hours and 3 minutes. And then in tier 1s, it's showing up in 1 hour and 3 minutes. So that would be about 8:30 in the morning my time. And then, let's see, that means also the interval between every tier 1, I believe, is 4 hours. And then I think every tier 2 is 6 hours, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But yeah, and then tier 3s are at 13 hours. So yeah, it just varies in how like the boss scheduling works. But you can do these field bosses and get really good, some good loot out of it and everything. So, let's see here. Besides the boss schedule, you have mission itinerary. I don't really mess with this feature. It's just basically you could pick a location to just go to for like a certain amount of minutes. I think you can increase the time as well. Just staying like there for like an hour and then going to a different area and then just trying to like, I guess set up stuff here at wherever location that you're going to be setting up at. So I'm not sure exactly what it does. It says resumption after free recovering setting. Auto purchase after HP potion depletion. Okay. Oh, okay. Target search range. So I guess this is just a way of just auto selecting. Okay, this is where your character is gonna go for this amount of time, and they're just gonna stay there. And then you could just set it to go to a different area. So like I could set it to go to Plentiful Forest, and then let's say I wanted to go to Duran. Okay. And then Cinerum, and they go here. And it does it for 10 hours. Okay, I see. Okay. Well, I just really never messed with that section because I'm actually online playing most of the time. And then you get latent traits. That's another good feature. That is another one where you're gonna have to save up these items called just red latent essence of red light. That's what these are, and you will use this to reroll different stats and everything, and try to get the highest tier of stat that you can. You have at least 50 attempts to try to get the best stat that you can, and for each tier of these stats that you're gonna roll. So at least with the first one, I was able to get the highest tier for basic attack damage amplification, and then the second tier for max HP. And so, yeah, as you just get more Essence of Red Light, you'll be able to re-roll it more after more like often and everything. And then we have Ancient Fortress, Ancient Fortress. These are really high tier like boss fights and everything. We haven't really messed with that yet, and I think it's something that I haven't really looked into yet, but probably just be talked about in a later video. Then yeah, you just got emotes and stuff. You got a wave. You got this one. Let's see. You could just let's see. Hold on. Yeah, so you can express joy, sadness. You face palm, get angry. And then you get a fireworks emote and stuff like that. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So you got that. And then, yeah, you get friends tab and everything. And see everybody that's on. You also have a watch tab. So anybody, like I have everything all set to all these bots that I encountered and everything. And killed a bunch of them. And Netmarble, I implore you, Netmarble, and if any dev or anything is watching this, that needs to be fixed or something. There's just so many bots. It's ridiculous. That we just don't. I mean, I feel like it's just gonna keep going. But if there's anything to help prevent that from, kind of, any bots ruining, just actual players playing to try to get the rewards that we're, contributing towards, and not just people just having 5 accounts up at once and, taking it from others just because, But I don't know. I guess that's like a stigma in the game to where, or just in MMOs in general, like how, that works. People just have, I don't know, I guess macros going and just like have it like just going off like, all right, okay, they already have it to where they already know what automation for the freaking bots to go through and everything to optimize like farming and everything in this game. And mind you, yeah, the AFK aspect is actually, it's a nice touch because like you don't have to completely pay attention 24/7 to this game or anything, and you could still kind of get, a good amount of contribution, helping out like in everything that you need to, like in certain areas. Then you have Transmute. Transmute is like level 60 something. It's something that's like not really focused on yet because you would have to get rare equipment, and then you would have to you just, I guess, transmute it, and then it like gives you higher grade or something, or materials in order to get it. Let me see, what does it do? Once you register the item as material and meet the minimum requirements, the predict button will be activated when you press the predict button. You can check the predicted item based on the fixed probability. When you tap the transmute button, you obtain that one item found from the predicted items. Oh, okay. All right. Okay, so it just kind of gives a different item based on like all of the stuff that you have on you. Okay, so I guess if you have a bunch of rares or something and you upgrade it, you could probably transmute it into a better piece of equipment. So it's not bad. And then you have the Tower of Chaos. Tower of Chaos, real easy to like do this. All it is just waves into fighting a boss. And once you clear that, you'll get a first clear reward, and then you can get repeat rewards after in a couple days or whatever. And you get these coins of chaos, which you can use in the shop. And I'll show you, this is the coin of chaos shop. So like you could use this to get superior holy water, summons, orbs of transformation, abrasive heaven stone stuff. I have no idea some of the stuff that this, this is used for. The elixirs are good because you can actually use the red elixir of attack. That helps you get weapon attack amp, bash damage, bash rate, defense as well. Helps you get damage reduction. Then the black elixir of boss conquest. Damage to boss monsters is huge. And then plus max HP is huge as well. Definitely worth using for that. And then yeah, if you get about, I think it's this, let me see. Yeah, if you do if you get 1,000 tokens just from doing Tower of Chaos, you can get at least some summon scrolls to do some rolls. And then I think this hero shard collection, oh wow, that's actually pretty good, but that does take a while. So you would get, wait, actually that's really good, to be honest. This is gonna take a long time though if you're just clearing out. But 7,000, you would get one legendary or one heroic shard, sorry. And if you have 4 of those, oh wait, it's actually 1 per server. So you would only have 1 token. You'd still need to get 3 more. So that's if you get 3 heroic rerolls, then you try your chance at getting a legendary out of that. So I don't know, even then it takes a lot of time. All this stuff takes a lot of time. So it's trying to figure out what you want to do to maximize your growth within the amount of time that you have in here. But like overall, definitely get the periodic bonus if you plan on spending anything in this game. That will help because it does have the auto salvage feature, and that will help you out in the long run if you want to keep grinding and keep leveling. Also, you could do it in the loot filter menu, I believe, when you go to the settings. So I think when you go to either combat control and obtain loot, you can do what was it, off, I think. You could just turn off auto obtain, and then you can just set it to where just do uncommon or higher or rare or higher and everything like that. That's another way. If you don't have auto salvage, you could just set those settings on. For like if you're being in a party or with a guild party or anything like that, in order to even join a party, you can set up a party like this, and just this is just a guild party that you can make. And then you can change different settings like grades, all that stuff. Distribution methods, like if you're fighting a field boss with your team and everything, and you want to separate the loot a certain way or anything like that, you could do it that way as well. But yeah, I think that is mostly everything. Another big tip is to try to just keep your inventory clean, keep it like neat. So like I have all this stuff here. If you have anything that's already in storage that you pick up from like just doing anything like from hunting or whatever, or get rewards, you could press auto select and then press store, and it'll automatically store it in your storage. And so that's the good thing about this, is that you could just keep your inventory just nice and organized. And at least what I'll do with this, with these extra things in my inventory, the sword and this bow, I'll just salvage these. And then I'll go to all, and you could press this 4 square icon, and that'll automatically sort everything. So now it's nice and tidy. I have only 54 items in my inventory. You can use some premium gems in order to just increase your slots, and you can go up to 400 spaces. That costs about 3,000 because I at least added 20 spots just to get a little bit more room, you know, some leeway. And since I have auto salvage on, I'm not gonna fill up on my inventory like really at all, because it's just gonna keep picking up analysis materials, which stay as 1 item, and that could go up for hundreds and everything if I just keep it farming. So let's see, if we leave this area and I go to my farming area. So let's see. Oh god. Oh god. Okay, see what I mean? Like these guards, they'll start chasing you. They'll start trying to attack you. Oh my god. Oh my god. You see what I mean? They'll just start running. They'll start trying to get you. Oh my god. And if I die, I mean, hey, I lose everything. So I'll just have my mouse here ready at the go if I was to get low. But after you run a certain distance, they just run back. Look, watch. Right around here. And Reaper Oz is still in the same area, so I can't really stay in this area. I'm gonna have to be in a dungeon or something. Or just in a separate area. So I'll probably just go to Upturn Ranch right here. And then just set up here. Probably head towards... Oh, actually, dang it. Somebody's right here, so I might head a little bit closer over here. And then just fight some enemies like this. Just out of the way, you know. Don't want anybody randomly to just come across and they just start attacking, because if they have auto attack on, they can actually start attacking me, because it will say, oh, this person has entered the area, they're bad and everything. But yeah, I think pretty much explained as much as I could for overall the whole game. And yeah, like I hope whatever y'all do in the game, just, you know, have fun, play either, you know, hardcore or casually, you know, do whatever you feel like. Just make sure that, you know, okay, also in here you have a mail tab. Just make sure, like, to when you go to the notice section, you'll always have a login reward, and it'll tell you like about maintenance, different things too, like with like guild, personal account stuff. Like there'll be events and stuff like that you can start working towards and everything, doing challenges as well, and stuff that you know, you can just try to get. And so like at least if you log in, you can get all these gifts and everything, and just slowly build up towards different things too. So like all these challenges, just get them out of the way, you know, just like whenever you can, just start working towards that, and then you'll get rewards over time. So like if I do this dungeon, I just get some branding essence, and if I do that other dungeon, I get branding essence as well. And when you get all those done, you'll get an item collection item, and then you can register that, and you'll get the stats and everything, and it's just worth doing. All this stuff is worth doing, like in terms of the long run of like how you want to progress, how you want to, like, you know, get everything complete, and you just maximize your character. So like I was saying here too, like with, you know, the monster analysis material, like say I go to Special Core and I go to Bestiary, it shows right here for the Silver Merc Convoy, it needs 45 more in order to get to the 2nd star. So if I just register all applicable materials, we'll just do that, and it'll go to the Unskilled Assassin. So that's the next one in line. It just makes it more organized, more simple, to like, you know, go through and everything, and it just helps out with just, you know, less stress and everything like that. And then here's the other thing too. If you're not in a party, you can't do this when you're in a party, but if you're not in a party, you can go to power save mode. This is what I usually do before I go to bed. I turn this on, and you can have the target search range, let's say 40 meters, or actually no restrictions, and then no interference, except if you are in a party or a guild, you can have that on, so that way if you have a guild member that's next to you in your party, this is if you're not gonna get off the game, but you can like attack enemies that are attacking your guild mates. Like, so if there's like multiple enemies and there's mobs that are just going like over and over and everything and trying to attack y'all, you can attack the other enemies besides the enemy that your guildmate is attacking. So like if they're attacking somebody and somebody's shooting them in the back, you can attack that enemy shooting them in the back instead of their main target that they're fighting at the moment. So that helps out like in everything in the long run. And let's see here. So you also have auto use criteria. So at 90% health, that's when it starts using your HP potion like automatically. And then you have all these different settings in terms of just like power save time. So like if you're just active on the game, after 30 minutes, it's going to just automatically go to power save mode. But when you do it, this is what it shows. So cuts off all gameplay, but you're still in auto combat, and it still shows like, okay, these are the items being used. So it's just the superior holy water. This is the amount of potions that you have. Mind you, since I'm in this level 58 area, I'm 4 levels above, and it's not going to be using that many potions because these enemies don't really do that much damage to me. So since I'm at 5,864 health, they're barely scratching me. So, and I already have a good amount of HP recovery that it's not going to have me use really any potions at all, because I'm killing the enemies so fast. But I am getting XP, I'm getting gold, and it'll show like everything that you get over time. And then you have an actual quest list tab while you're in power save mode, and then you have items obtained. So you can look at this to see what items you're getting in this area. So say if I get out of it, you can actually just like click and drag to get out. Look at your map, see what you can get out of this loot list. See if you want to get anything worthwhile out of here. I would do Shaded Trail, but somebody else, Reaper Oz in our allied guild, he's cruel, and I do not want to be in that vicinity of that area than you know, with another cruel player, because the risk of anything, you know, just dying in general is just, it's scary right now. So we're trying to just farm, you know, get the number down all the way to 60,000, and then I won't have to worry about anything like that anymore. But yeah, I feel like that's it for the video. I know this is a really long video, over 2 hours, but this is, I guess, pretty much the ultimate literally walkthrough guide for Raven 2 that you could watch. Literally, this is going through every single aspect of the game and all the features that comes with it, all the stuff that you could do with the shop, the skills, every single thing. And also, if you have a question about how to get the skills into a double row like this, when you get more skills, all you have to do, go to options, go to combat and control, in combat controls, and there will be a setting right here where it would be single row or double row, and you just set it to double row, and it shows up to where you can just have your skills applicable like that. And so you could just click and then just put it there. And you know, if you want to have auto use and auto use on and off, just click or drag it down with your finger like that. And then with scrolls, of course it's not auto use, you just have to click it, and then it'll just take you to that location. So yeah, basically I'll just end the video here. Just thank y'all so much for y'all's patience and time. If you're watching this video will probably just be maybe broken up into many different sections or whatever for different and then we'll probably have chapters for it, so that way if you want to hear a specific thing, for what you're curious on, you could just skip to that and everything. So yeah, thank y'all so much. This has been my guide and everything for Raven 2 and how at least I've seen it and how what I've learned and everything about it. So I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Thank y'all so much for watching. I'll catch you on the next video. And yeah, peace out.